Hi everyone. Hi Hasini. Hi Kripa. Hello. Hi Shreyan. Hi Arnav. How is everyone? Good. Oh, cool background, Arnav. Welcome everyone. Hi Yogya. Hi. Hello everyone. Hi Likit. So today is the last session. Are you guys ready? Very good. Okay. So let's just wait for 1 or 2 minutes, and till then, let's watch a video. Okay. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the last session of revision marathon. And so we'll just wait for 1 minute. Till then, let's watch a video. All right, here we go.
Hello and welcome to 98th Percentile. We're an online education company that offers live math and English courses for K through 12 students to get them a grade ahead in 6 months or less. We also focus on building young entrepreneurs through our live coding and public speaking programs. Our Rockstar teachers focus on small classroom sizes with only up to 4 students per classroom. This means that your students receive the benefit of fun and engagement with their peers while also receiving the benefit of personalized attention from their educators. We do all of this at an unbeatable price that delivers 4 times the value of any other similar program out there today. At 98th Percentile, we've already helped accelerate over 1,000 students' academic career and have received prestigious awards from all across the world.
All right. So everyone, this is the last session, and let's see what we have in store for today. So a request again, kindly call your parents. I'm waiting. Go, call your parents. And as you saw in the video, we are very soon, we are about to launch our public speaking program. Yes, Yogya, what happened? Yogya, you want to say something?
So are we allowed to use calculators for this marathon this time?
No, I don't think so. You're not allowed to use calculator.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I hope everyone is calling their parents. Come on, call your parents. I'm waiting. Yes, thank you so much, parents. I see parents have started coming in. Welcome, parents. Welcome to the last session, last and final session. Hello, parents. Thank you so much of revision marathon. This is the 5th session, and let's see what all we'll be doing today. All right. So again, yes, this is a small disclaimer that we'll be recording this session. Okay, and we may post the snippets on our social media platforms. So keep smiling, everyone. And what do we have today? So we have covered, so far we have done ratio, proportion, number system, expression and equations, and geometry. And today we are going to do statistics, and this will complete the entire revision of grade 6. And so you are just one milestone away. And so in week 5, we'll be doing statistics, and these are all the skills that we'll be doing. Identifying a statistical question, mean and median, what type of data do we have? Is it symmetrical, left skewed or right skewed? We'll do histograms, box plots, some features of data like clusters, gaps, and finding range from histograms, interpreting number of observations, measures of variability, and then mood. And also after this, we have received a request from Shreyan. Shreyan, are you here? That Shreyan has requested to revise percentages topic. So after this, we'll do 2 questions of percentage topics, including prices. So like tax and simple interest. We'll do that as well. So yes, so this is the form that you can fill out if you have any doubt or you want any particular topic to revise. So I think Shreyan filled that form. So we'll be doing percentages topics with prices. All right, so feel free to fill out this form, and the link for that form has been shared in the chat box. All right. Now, yes, if parents and students, if you're enjoying our sessions, then please kindly go ahead and share your feedback on our Facebook page and our Google page, and feel free to share any, any additional thing that you would like us to plan, any extra event, or we can have a revision marathon 2.0 as well. So we can have like second part of revision marathon, or anything that you would want us to have. Or how was this entire event for you? Did you guys learn something? Anything that you want to share, please feel free to do so. So I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait for 1 minute. So I would request you to share something, share your feedback on our Facebook page. It would take just 2 minutes. So the link is there in the chat box. So I request all the parents and all the students to kindly share the feedback. So I'll just wait for 1 minute, and then we'll begin with statistics. So I'm waiting. You can share anything that, any feedback, positive, negative, everything is welcome. All right, so now, so thank you so much, parents. Thank you for your time, but I'll be calling you again once the Kahoot session is done. So yes, it would take just 5 minutes of your time once the Kahoot session is done. And now, students, you know what you have to do. We will be starting with the Kahoot session. So quickly grab your second device. You know what you have to do, right? All right, so I'm waiting. Be ready with your second device and log into kahoot.it. Open up your browser and open kahoot.it. And I'm going to share the game pin. So I hope everyone is ready with their second devices. And you see the game pin any moment now. Here is the game pin 2106447. All right, people have started joining in. I'm Okay, so now Chaitanya has joined. Okay, I think everyone has joined now. So I'm gonna begin. I hope you guys are ready with your pen and paper. Yes? Okay, I'm gonna start. And here comes your first skill. 3, 2, 1. So it's a multi-select question and you have to identify a statistical question. Determine which of the following are statistical questions. Check all that are true. Yet one person is left. And time is up. Let's see what all you have answered. So 13 of you think that the pink one is a statistical question. What is the average weight of the textbooks, which is correct. And 11 of you think that which typically has more iron, a salad or a steak. And 12 of you also think that the green one, which says how much money did the United States Treasury print today? Okay, so this is actually a very interesting skill, identifying a statistical question. So anyone would like to explain that how you can identify a statistical question? Shreyan is raised. Okay, let's see who all are raising their hands. Okay, yes, Priyadarshan, how can we identify a statistical question?
In a statistical question, you usually use a data, like you use more numbers, like adding more numbers or multiplying.
Mhm.
It's asked in the first one, it's asking the average weight. So you can like randomly select 5 or 4 books and then measure their weight, then add up their weight to find the average.
Mhm.
The blue one, it's not a statistical question because it doesn't, it's just asking like a normal question. And
Okay.
the yellow one, it's collecting data from who likes iron, more iron, a salad, and or a steak. So it's collecting data. For a second one, it does say it kind of does confuse you, but if you look at the last word today, it's mentioned only one thing.
Very good, absolutely correct. So how we identify a statistical question is, if a question needs some data to answer it, then that is a statistical question. So for instance, let's first of all talk about the wrong options. The green one, if we see, the green one says, how much money did the United States Treasury print today? So in this question, you just need the answer for today. Okay, so if you know that how much money did they print today, so that will give you the answer. So you don't need some sort of data, you just need one value, right? So that is not a statistical question. Then the blue one says, is Julio 5 feet tall? This can be answered in just a yes or a no, right? So is Julio 5 feet tall? Either a yes or no. You don't need any particular data for that. But to find out average weight, you'll need weights of at least 5 or 6 textbooks. Then the yellow one, which typically has more iron, a salad or a steak. This would also need some sort of data, like some values you will definitely need. So this is how you identify a statistical question. If a question needs some data to answer it, then that is a statistical question. So good job. Let's see the leaderboard. What's the status? All right, Arnav is at the top, then Hasini, Priyadarshan, Nimyog, and Shrey, the beast. All right, let's see the next question. All the best. What are the mean and median of the data set? So the data set is given 3, 2, 9, 4, 10, 5, 9, and you have to find mean and median. is 6 and median is 5. Okay. And so 16 of you got it correct. 2, 3, 4 of you. 2 of you selected the green one, which says mean is 5 and median is 4. Okay, so here is the, so I know that you may have thought that the median is this 4. Okay, so that's true that median is the middlemost number, but you have to first arrange the data set in increasing order. Okay, you have to arrange the data set in increasing order. So if we do that, if we arrange this data in increasing order, so we get 2, then 3, then 4, then we have 5, and then we have 2 9s, and then we have 10. Okay, so now we look at the middlemost value. Now the middlemost value is 5. So that means that median is 5. So median is sorted. And how to find the mean? Mean is the easiest measure of central tendency. You just add all the numbers. So you'll do 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 9 plus 10. And then whatever sum you will get, you will divide that value by the number of observations. So how many observations do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'll divide the answer by 7. And then whatever answer you'll get, that will be your mean. All right, so now let's check out the leaderboard. What do we have? Arnav is still at the top. All right, good job, guys. So there are a lot of questions. Let's see the next one. So this skill is based on spread of data. The spread of the distribution. Left, right, or symmetrical. 5 seconds remaining. Okay, 10 of you have selected that the data is skewed left, and 8 of you have selected that it is skewed right. All right, so this is our data. Now, when you want to find out the skewness of a data, call it skew, or we also call it skewness. So for that, what we do, we look at the tail of the data. So if I try to plot a graph for this particular data set, I'll get a graph something like this. Okay, so try to observe or try to visualize a graph along the data points. Okay, and then look at the tail of that graph, not the peak but the tail. So where is the tail? Is it on the left side or is it on the right side? And this is called the tail. So this is the tail, and tail is on the left side. So we call that, we say that this data is skewed to the left. Okay, so this particular data is skewed to the left. So this one was an easy one. Now let's see the score. So don't get confused in the tail and in the peak. Wherever is the direction of the tail, that will be the direction of the skewness. Okay, so this particular data is skewed to the left. Let's see. Arnav is still on the top, and you also have a streak with 3 correct answers in a row. Let's see, anything can happen. Let's see the next question. Everyone ready? So you have to type your answer now. This is the skill. Histogram below shows the distribution of distances that players on Nicole's football team can throw. Which of the following is the best estimate of the mean? correct answer is 5 and 4 of you have answered 5. So let's see the data. Anyone wants to explain it? How the mean is 55? Okay, yes, Yogya.
One way I so I was, because the time was kind of running out. One way I tried to see it is because the data is pretty much symmetrical, and if you look at the very middle, it's 55, and it just seems like the most reasonable data because it's symmetrical and it's in the very center.
All right, yes. So the thing is, if ever you have a symmetrical data, so this looks like a symmetrical data. This is almost symmetrical. Okay. So then if you want to find out the mean, if they ask you to find out the mean and they have given you symmetrical data, then you look at the peak. Okay. You will look at the peak of the data, and this is the peak of the data set. And actually, this value is the one which is occurring for the most number of times. So even if you'll find the mean by the usual method, like you add 52, then 53 plus 53, then 54 4 times, then 55 5 times, then 56 4 times, and 57 is 2 times, and 58 is 1 time. So even if you'll do that by regular way, you'll get your answer either closer to 55 or exactly 55, because 55 is the observation which is occurring the most number of times. Okay, so but this question was all about estimating. You had to find the best estimate. So you can find the estimate by just looking at the histogram, by just looking at the graph. If the data is symmetric, then just look at the peak, and the observation, which is 55, is the mean in that case. All right. So the correct answer is 56. Let's see the status of the leaderboard. Shrey the Beast is back again. All right, let's see what is the next skill. Everyone ready? So it's based on box plots. What is the range of the data represented in the box plot below? Okay, so the correct answer is 40. Let's see the questions. How many? So 4 of you selected 35 and 20. Okay, so anyone? Shreyan is raising his hand. Who else? Yes, Shreyan.
Yeah. So basically, if you look at the box plot, you can see that there are two black lines, like all the way to like the first part of the graph, which is 5, that number 5, yeah, that line, and the other line, which is on 45. That is basically your range. So basically, you have to take 5 and 45, and then you have to minus 45 by 5, which will give you 40, which is the right answer. And if you see the box, the 20 is the interquartile range. So 20 and 40 are the interquartile ranges. So that's what confuses.
Okay. Yes, so if I talk about range, so range is nothing but the maximum value or the greatest value minus the least value. Okay. So you just look for the maximum value in the data point, in the data set, and you subtract the minimum value. Okay, so maximum value is, so this maximum and minimum values are represented by the whiskers of the box and whisker plot. So these are the whiskers here. This is the whisker, this is the whisker. So this end of the whisker gives you the minimum data point. And this end of the whisker gives us the maximum data value. And to find the range, we just subtract the minimum value from the maximum. So as Shreyan said, that you'll do 45 minus 5, that will give us 40. As simple as that. And so this is the range. Then there is something called interquartile range. Interquartile range. So anyone would like to explain what is interquartile range? All right, I see Hasini. Yes, Hasini.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay. So interquartile range is when you have the two lines inside the box plot and you subtract the maximum line from the minimum line and you get 20 as your interquartile range.
All right, yes. So interquartile range is basically the difference between your third quartile and your first quartile, okay? This line is called third quartile and we denote it by Q3. And this line is called the first quartile and we denote it by Q1. So you must have this question that if this is first quartile and this is third quartile, then which one is second quartile? So this line is called the second quartile. Okay, and this is also called the median of the data set. And to find out the interquartile range, you just do Q3 minus Q1. So in this case, the interquartile range would be 40 minus 20, which is nothing but 20. Okay, so this is all about box plots. All right, let's see the scoreboard. I mean the leaderboard. Any changes? Stray Beast is climbing and Arnav still has the highest streak and Boosfu has entered. All right, good going, guys. Let's see the next skill. Finding unknown data point when mean is given. Now, mean for this data set is given, which is 10, and you want to find out this unknown value. Answers. Two more, three more. Five seconds. Okay, so I see here 9 of you have selected the incorrect option. So let's look at the question. So this problem is a good one and you'll always see this type of problem in your exams. See, you can find mean. Anyone can find the mean. That is not a challenge. If some data is given to you, you can definitely find the mean. You just have to add all the numbers and then divide the result by number of observations, right? But the challenge is, what if the mean is given and one data point is missing? Then how can you find that data point? So it's simple. Whenever you have some unknown number, you just assume it with a variable, which is already done for you. So now you just apply the definition of mean. What is definition of mean? You will add all the numbers. So you'll do 4 plus 3 plus 20 plus 10 plus x. Don't forget this unknown number. And then you divide the result by number of observations, right? So how many observations do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this divided by 5. This is the formula to find out mean, right? And the mean is already given to us, which is nothing but 10. And that's it. Now your work is done. Now this is what? This is nothing but a linear equation. Isn't it? This is a linear equation. Now, if you will add all these numbers, so you'll get 20 plus 10 is 30, 4 plus 3 is 7. So you get 37 plus x over 5 equals 10, right? Now you just want to find out the value of x from here. So you can multiply this entire equation by 5. So you'll get 37 plus x. So I'm just multiplying the entire equation by 5 on both the sides. So on this side, you'll get 50. So what is the value of x? You can subtract 37 from 50 and you'll get 30. 50 minus 37. So the value of x, you'll get 30. As simple as that. And I see that 5 of you selected 23. So be very careful while subtracting. And I deliberately put this option 23 because this is a common mistake that we do, like 50 minus 37. It seems like it would be 23, but be very careful. All right. Now let's see the leaderboard. Okay, Shrey the Beast is climbing up. Now we are at 3rd place. All right, come on, guys. Here we go. Question number 7, multi-select. So you have to find out the gaps, clusters, and outliers. More than one can be correct here. Read it carefully. 40 seconds. Gaps, clusters, and outliers. And 18 seconds. Great. So 14 of you selected the yellow one, which says distribution has a cluster from 5 to 8. Let's look at the distribution. Okay, so let's just not look at the options. Anyone would like to explain that what is an outlier? Outlier. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, Prisha, Miss, would you like to explain? Well,
An outlier is a number that is like different from all of them. It's like too high or too low. Like if in the given set of data there's 10 and then there's a 1, it will like change the mean of the set of data.
exactly. Oh, that's an interesting point that you just told, that an outlier would change the mean of the data. It would affect the mean of the data. It would really affect the mean. Okay, and let's just imagine that if you put a number 100 over here, there is a number 100. Just imagine how drastic change would that make in the mean of the data. So yes, an outlier is a value which is very different from all the other values of the data set. So if you observe here, all the values are like 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6. Okay, and 7, 8 are a little bit different. Then 10 is very far, not that far, but it is still far. So this is the outlier. And then if we see gaps, so there is a gap at 4 and at 9. And then we look at the, if we look at the clusters, so we have 2 clusters. This is one cluster and this is the second cluster. Okay, so now let's check out the options. The distribution has an outlier. Yes, we just saw it has an outlier. The blue option says that the distribution has gaps at 4 and 9 days. Yes, at 4 there is a gap and at 9 there is a gap. That's correct. Then yellow one says the distribution has a cluster from 5 to 8 days. Yes, there is a cluster from 5 to 8 days. So these three options are correct: pink, blue, and yellow. Okay, I hope I'm thinking that now the leaderboard. Okay, no changes as such. So let's see the next skill. Range, finding range from histograms. The histogram is given and you want to find out the range of this data set. Okay. Okay, so yeah, most of you have selected the correct answer, which is 40. And as we just discussed, that range is, how do we find range? We find out the maximum value, and then from that maximum value, we subtract the minimum value. So what is the maximum value here? What is the maximum number of spills? It's 50. This point, this observation, this is 50. So the maximum observation is 50. And what is the minimum value? On Monday, you have the minimum number of spills, which is 10. So you just do 50 minus 10, and that gives you the answer 40. That's correct. So let's look at the leaderboard. Let's check out the leaderboard now. And all right, no one is willing to leave their position. But not to worry, anything can happen. The question is, what is the total number of hiccups that occurred in Mrs. Nakayama's class this week? We want to find out the total number of hiccups. And 30 seconds. 25. And 10 seconds. All right, yes. So 220 is correct. Now, how do you find out the total number of observations from a histogram? Okay, Heth, you are raising your hand. Yes, Heth.
Okay, so technically I added everything up because this is a total number. It doesn't say the mean or median or something. So I added all the data there is. So for Monday, there's 10, Tuesday onwards and onwards. You add everything up and you get 220.
Absolutely. So you want to find out the total number of hiccups. And on Monday, so this is a funny question. So on Monday, there were 10 hiccups, Tuesday 20, Wednesday 40, Thursday 30, Friday 40, Saturday 50, and Sunday 30. So now your work is done. Now you just need to add all these numbers: 10 plus 20 plus 40 plus 30 plus 40 plus 50 plus 30, and you'll get the answer, which is 220. So this is all about, interpreting different graphs that are used in statistics. How do you interpret histogram? How do you interpret box and whiskers plot? How do you interpret dot plots? All right, so let's look at the leaderboard. Who added the numbers faster? All right, no change in the leaderboard. And Ryan is the highest climber. Ryan, you've climbed up to 3 places. Awesome. Let's look at question number 10. Interpret and report the number of observations. So this is a dot plot now. Five answers. And time is up. Did anyone select 10? Yes, 2 people selected 10. Okay, let's look at. I was thinking that. Okay, now here the thing is that 1 blue dot is equal to 5 beehives. That is the key. So yes, so you must have counted the number of dots, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how you selected the option blue, which says 10. But actually, this is what you have to be very careful about, that 1 blue dot is equal to 5 beehives. Okay, so 10 blue dots will be equal to 10 times 5, which is 50 beehives. So I deliberately put option 10 here. So this is something that you have to be careful about in any competitive exam you appear, especially STAR test and kangaroo test. They will deliberately, they know that what possible mistakes students can make, and they will deliberately put that mistake as an option. Okay, they will try to trap you. This, I'm telling you this with my experience. Whatever option comes to your mind at the very first go, be wary of that. Don't, just be very careful. They will definitely give some options which they know that students are going to make that mistake. Let's look at the leaderboard. And Priyadarshan is now at the 4th place. All right, so here we go. The next question, question number 11. Determine the best measure of variability for a data set and explain why. So scientists has collected data on a group of gorillas and she wants to know how big the difference in size is. Which measure would be the most appropriate? This is something that I've explained to you before. Yes, that's range. And who selected the blue one? Mean absolute deviation. 3 of you. All right. So I just explained this, that when you want to find out the range, what do? We subtract the minimum observation from the maximum observation. This is how we find out the range. And what do we have to do in this problem? We want to find out the difference in size between the largest and smallest gorilla. So aren't they talking about the range? The difference between largest and smallest gorilla? You'll do the maximum size and you'll subtract the minimum size from that. So the best measure of variability is going to be range here. Okay, so the correct answer is range. So can anyone tell me now all the measures of variability? Measures of variability. Let's see who can answer, who can give me the maximum number of measures. Okay, yes, Arnav, how many do you know?
Mean, mode, median, IQR, and mean absolute deviation.
Okay, you said mean, median, and mode. Are they measures of variability, mean, median, and mode? Or are they measures of central tendency? Would anyone else like to explain? Anyone? Yes, Shreyan? Shreyan?
Mean, median, and mode are measures of central tendency. Measures of variability consist of range, interquartile range, quartiles like quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. And yeah, and it's also skew, less and skew.
All right. Okay. So you have
That's
two
what I think.
things. Yeah, you have two things. One, so statistics is all about, how better estimate you can find out of a data set. You'll have some numbers, you'll have a lot of numbers. So what observations you can draw from that particular data set. So for that, we find out some measures. We call them measures of central tendency, which are your mean, median, and mode. These are measures of central tendency. These are those numbers which, which actually generalize your data set. These are those measures which represent your entire data set. And then you have measures of variability. For that, you have range, interquartile range. Measures of variability tell you that what is the spread of the data. Like on an average, what is the distance between all the data points? Let's say you have some points like 2 and 8 and 5, 10, 11. Okay. If you want to find out that what is the difference between these data points on an average. So like you find out the difference between 2 and 8, 8 and 5, 5 and 10, 10 and 11. So on an average, how far away these data points are from each other. That is given by measures of variability. There are some other measures as well. You will learn those measures in your higher grades. They are called standard deviation, which is the best measure. It's called standard deviation. You learn this in your algebra 1, and there is something called variance. And there is something called variability. Variability is in grade 7, and I think in grade 6 as well. Okay, so these are some measures from which you can find out the measures of variability. Measures of variability tell us that how far away the data points are from each other. And measures of central tendency tell you that, which central value is there to which my data is tending. So let's look at the leaderboard. All right, no change at all. Let's go to the next skill, question number 12. Choosing between mean and median. This is interesting. Which measure will you choose? Okay, so 13 of you selected the wrong option. Let's see. So this is something that I told you earlier as well, that if the data is symmetric, if you have a symmetric data, then choosing mean would give you the best estimate. But here, do we have symmetric data? This does not look symmetric. This is not symmetric at all. This is skewed. When the data is not symmetric, you call it as skewed. And when you have a skewed data set, then median gives us the better estimate. Okay. So here, choosing median will give you the better estimate. What are they asking? Which measure of center would likely be the best? So here this person, the teacher, wants to get an estimate of how long it typically takes students to complete the unit. here are the data points, and we want to find out that general value. So since this particular data set is skewed, so that is why the median will give us the better result. So the correct answer is median and not the mean. Mean you will select if the data set is symmetric. Now I think that leaderboard must have been shaken up. Okay, Nikit has entered now. And 3 questions are left, and Arnav has the highest answer streak of 12. Let's look at the next question. Question number 13. Determine the mode given the data plot. So, sorry, dot plot is given and we want to find out the mode. And 5 seconds. Okay, good job. So 16 of you have selected 6, 8, 9, and 11. And let's look at this problem. So this is my next question. Can a data set have more than one mode? More. Okay, Arnav is raising his hand. Yes. Okay. Yes, Arnav.
It can have many modes.
So data set can have more than one modes. All right. Yes, so as Arnav said that it can have many modes, that's absolutely correct. So a data set can have more than one mode, but it cannot have more than one mean or median. Mean will be 1 point and median will also be 1 point, but modes can be more than one. So why here the mode is 6, 8, 9, 11? So mode is what? Mode is that particular value that occurs most frequently. Okay. So here, which is that value which is occurring most frequently? If we see 6 is occurring 3 times, then we have 8, which is also occurring 3 times. Then 9 is also occurring 3 times, and 11 is also occurring 3 times. Okay. So this particular data set has how many modes? 4 modes actually. And which are those 4 modes? Those 4 modes are 6, 8, 9, and 11. So yes, a data set can have more than one mode, but it cannot have more than one mean or median. Okay, so the answer is 6, 8, 9, and 11. And after this problem, okay, Shreyan is here. Shreyan, you requested to revise the topic of percentages with the prices. So the next 2 questions, question number 14 and 15, are going to be on percentages. So everyone ready? This will also revise your concept of percentages. We did that in the very first week. You remember while doing ratios and proportions. Okay. So be ready. The next question number 14 and 15 are going to be of ratios and proportion. So this here it may change the leaderboard. Let's see. So you have to type your answer. This is related to tax. So a lot of time. who gets the correct one. And time is up. All right, no one got 15. Let's see. Let's see this question. So the correct answer is 15. Let's read this problem. Okay. So Ben has a $40 gift card for a bookstore. Let's just circle the numbers. So he has a $40 gift card. After Ben uses the gift card to buy a book, it has a remaining balance of $24.10. All right. Then if the sales tax is 6%, what was the price of the book before tax? All right, let's see how we can do this. So you just imagine that you have a gift card of $40, okay, and you go to the bookstore and you are buying a book. And when you buy the book, the remaining balance is $24.10. So you can easily find out that how much did you pay for the book by subtracting the remaining balance from the original amount. So you do $40 minus $24.10. This result will give you that how much did you pay for the book, right? So this will give you $15.90. And you will subtract this. So let's just do this right now. So 10 cents, if you subtract from $1, you'll be left with 90 cents. Okay. And then 39 are left. So 39 minus 24 will give you $15. $39 are left. From 39, you'll subtract 24. So you'll be left with $15. Okay. So this is the amount that you paid, okay, to the bookstore. Now, there was some sales tax involved in this. Okay. So this is not the price of the book. Okay, this is not the original price. This is not the original price. You have to actually find out the original price. All right. So let's just assume that the original price was X. This was the original price. Now to this original price, you also have to pay the 6% tax. You know, when you buy something, you have to pay some tax. It could be any tax, sales tax, you pay income tax, you pay VAT, you pay goods and services tax. So you have to pay some tax. So this is the sales tax, which is 6%. But 6% of what? So tax is always calculated on the original price. This X is the original price, okay? Tax is always calculated on original price. So you'll do 6% of X. Now doing this will give you the final price. This is the final price, $15.90. Okay, so this is your final equation. Now you can simply solve this equation. Okay, so if you remember in expressions and equations, I told you if a number does not have any coefficient, that means it has 1 in front of it. So this is 1 times X plus 6% is how much? 0.06 of X means times X equals 15.9. Now 1x plus 0.006x will give you 1.06x equals 15.9. And now you just have to find out the value of X. So for that you can do 15.9 divided by 1.06. And when you do this, when you divide 15.9 by 1.06, you get your answer as 15. So this is how you have to approach, like this is a very important question. You will see these types of questions if you have the topic of percentages with prices with you. So I hope this problem was clear. So this was requested by Shreyansh. So Shreyansh, is this question clear? We'll do one more problem on percentages. And let's look at the leaderboard now. So there is no change in the leaderboard. Let's look at the next problem. This is the last question. This is based on, again, markup and markdown problems. A sporting goods charges $22 for a football before tax. You can read it. Let's see who gets this one. 5 answers. 50 seconds. All right, great, good job. You got the answer this time. Okay, but 9 of you selected the correct one and 9 of you selected the incorrect one. Let's look at this. Would anyone like to explain this? Anyone? Okay, let's see who is raising the hands. 2 people. Someone is applauding. Okay. Yes, Yogya, how did you do it?
So what I did first was I actually made a table and I showed that 22% was like the 100% for now before the tax. And then I found the 20% of that by dividing the 100% by 5 and then multiplying it by 4. And I got $4.4. So I knew I'd have to like subtract 4.4 from 22 and that would get me $18 perfectly. So then I knew, I kind of just saw which one was $18 from there and I clicked yellow.
All right. Okay, so that's correct. Now here the price of this football is $22 before tax. Okay, so this is not the final price. Actually, this is before tax. But before applying the tax, the store is marking down the price by 20%. Okay, so first you can find out what is 20% of 22. So if you remember in the previous session, Utkarsh gave us some tricks, if you remember. So 20%, you don't need to do 20 times 22 and then divide that by 100. You can simply find out what is 1/5 of 22. That means you can simply multiply 1/5 by 22 and that will give you $4.4 as told by Yogya. Okay, so this 4.4 is the amount by which we are marking down the price. Okay, so to find the final price, you just have to subtract 4.4 from 22. So you do $22 minus $4.4. Okay, so that is going to give you $17.6. And now you have to apply the sales tax, which is 5%. Again, this is not the final price. Now you're applying sales tax of 5%. So 5% of 17.6 will do. And if you remember, 5% is what? 5% is 1/20. It's 1/20. So that times 17.6. Okay, so this will give you 0.88. So this is the tax that you have to pay. You have to pay 88 cents. Now you will add this 88 cents to 17.6. 17.6 plus 0.88, and that's gonna give you $18.48. All right, now let's look at the leaderboard. This was the final question, and don't leave the meeting yet, guys. I have an interesting news. Let's look at the leaderboard. Final results. So the good news is Whisper. And second news is Yog. And and the fourth is Nikhil. Good job, everyone. This is the last session. Now, before we move further, I would want to know from you guys, does anyone want to share their feedback? That how was the session? Would anyone like to share their experience? If you guys learned something, how was the overall experience? Yes, Yogya, you would want to share?
I really liked it because you explained all the questions. Even if we got it right, we would understand why we got it right. And I really liked it too because the percentages topic was kind of hard for me, but now it's much easier because of the 2 questions at the end and the first domain. So yeah, thanks for that.
Thank you so much, Yogya. I appreciate that a lot. And this just made my day. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, anyone else would like to share? Yes, Kripa, you're raising your hand.
It's like, it was fun because that really like made me get like ready for the mouth sounds, and because it's in like 2 weeks for us, so yeah. And then it was like, also as you guys said, it was fun like when you like explained everything so we can understand it better even if we got it wrong. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kripa. And Shreyan, did I clear your doubt?
Yeah, you definitely cleared my doubt, and also like I really like this math revision marathon because you explained everything so neatly and clearly that like if I ever write another test, I'm sure I'll get a good score because of this math revision marathon. And I really like when like we were explaining the topics and the questions because like teaching new tricks to me which I can use in my future tests, which would really help me with my scores. So thank you for all you've done.
Oh,
And everybody else too.
thank you so much, Shreyan. I have no idea. This means a lot for me. And anyone else? Hate, you would want to share something? Please turn on your video, guys, if you're sharing.
Okay, so technically it helped me so much because I have my exams in 2 weeks, my math exams. And I want to say thank you to you for teaching us. You cleared almost all my doubts in math.
Oh, thank you so much, Hate. Thank you so much, everyone, for all the kind words. And now, guys, quickly call your parents. I would also love to hear from your parents. How was your experience? Go quickly. Everyone call your parents. I'm waiting. Okay. So Kripa's mom is here. Hello, ma'am. Right, parents are joining. Thank you so much, parents. I would just take 5 more minutes since this is the last session. So Yogya's mom is here. Hello. Hello, ma'am. All right. Thank you so much, parents, for joining us again. And so today we have successfully revised statistics. Again, this completes all the domains of grade 6. And next, you know that you have to practice homework. And this was a very wonderful journey, I must say. Now, I would request parents to share some, some feedback, or how did your children like it? How did you feel about it? Any suggestion, any feedback you would want to share? Can raise the hand. Any? Okay, yes, Yogya's mom wants to share.
Hi, it was a good session, and Yogya always looked forward to it every Sunday to be there, and the Kahoot was her highlight. She enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And you were very engaging. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It really, I appreciate your kind words. It just made my day. Thank you so much. I hope it was helpful and all the children learned something valuable. All right, thank you so much. Yes, Kripa's mom wants to say something.
Unmute myself. Okay. Hey, thank you so much. And Krupa really enjoyed it, and even I like the way the Kahoot works, because it gives them the chance to understand much better. So yes, if something is like helping them with Kahoot and they can play around, that's the easiest way to make them remember their math thing. So thank you so much for being so patient.
Oh yes, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it. I really liked this session, this whole journey. I enjoyed a lot, and all the kids were also interactive, and they also used to explain the questions. And I really enjoyed this entire journey of 1 month, actually 1 month and 1 week. I really had a fun time. All right, thank you so much, parents. So anyone else who would like to share something? Guys, this is the last time that we're meeting, and I hope there is some, revision marathon 2.0. There is some second part to it, so that we meet again. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. And I would request parents and students to please leave a review on our Facebook page and our Google page if you liked the session, and if you would want some similar session to happen, something like this, or anything for ELA maybe, or for coding, anything that's similar to this, if you would want to happen, we will definitely try our best. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, I had a really fun time. And guys, all the best for your exam. Your exams must be there. So I hope this session helped you. I hope we helped you revise your entire curriculum, and we'll keep coming up with these sort of events in future as well. Okay. And parents, you must be knowing that we are coming up with our public speaking program. So this is a 4th program that we're coming up with. This is for the students of grades 3 to 8. This is going to be a very interesting program. In this one, you will not only learn to give speeches or presentation, but you'll also learn to create digital content like YouTube videos and podcast and storytelling, and how to appear in an interview, how to give feedback, how to give criticism, how to advertise a product, because those skills are also important in this competitive world, especially if you want to develop entrepreneurial skills. So this is the 4th program that we're coming up with. And also here is a special offer for summers. So you can get 4 weeks of free trial classes. So that's a lot, right? 4 weeks of free trial classes. So don't miss out on this opportunity. And now let's have a group photograph. This is the last session that we are meeting. Everyone, switch on your cameras. This is the last time. Make a pose, everyone. I'm gonna miss you a lot. Everyone turn on your cameras. All right. So thank you so much, everyone. I had a fun time. Bye-bye. All the best for your exam. Do well. Bye, Likit. Bye, Shreyan. Bye, Kripa. Bye, Yogya. Bye, Hed.